Tell me how, I got nothing to say. Tell me why, on my tombstone is blank. 'Cause I'm not the one who won't try. I'm not letting life pass me by. And tell me when the days are less gray. And tell me where is the road to less pain. How many days before I decay? It's getting so hard to get by. Where are all my trophies in life? And he hated the way he was dying, but the moment he turned on the light, he became what he dreamt of at night when he was young and hungry for life.
Set to sail to a place I can't say. Live a life worthy of chase. The time is today. New blood in my veins. I won't be the joker in life, playing the part I don't like. And he hated the way he was dying, but the moment he turned on the light, he became what he dreamt of at night when he was young and hungry for life. And he hated the way he was dying, but the moment he turned on the light, he became what he dreamt of at night when he was young and hungry for life. Yeah.
And he hated the way he was dying, but the moment he turned on the light, he became what he dreamt of at night when he was young and hungry for life. 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 Young and hungry for life.
Oh my goodness! Was the show boring tonight, chat? No, I see some people in the chat. I see it coming up on the dash here in the Dark Horse. No, it wasn't boring. Believe it or not, it wasn't boring. I actually had a good time with Monday Night Raw tonight. I didn't watch any of the Home Run Derby. Who gives a shit? If there was one word I can use to describe Raw tonight, it was focused. Chad Gable, he's going to SummerSlam. One-on-one with Penta. Easiest decision on that boardroom table in Stamford, Connecticut, staring at Triple H. Shout out to Javon Evans. He was great tonight. Rollins and Reigns contract signing. I'm expecting a Cody and CM Punk contract signing because that's what this administration does. And then Maxine Dupri. Is she the new leader of the Vision? We're going to talk about it today as we go to the venue on this Monday night. The beverages are cold. The beer is ice cold. And when I get there on this Monday night, I want to know, what the fuck are you guys drinking? I'll see you over there. This isn't about errors. It also isn't about excuses. WWE has failed creatively. AEW has failed fundamentally. So why did Triple H lose the plot? Why did Tony Khan abandon everything that made AEW special? Because nobody is committed to the one thing that actually matters. Long-term booking. What is going on, guys? Thank you so very much for joining me right here on Off the Script. This is your Monday Night Raw post show for your July 13th, 2026. I'm your host, JD from New York, as always, coming to you live from the OTS Beer Garden. Thank you guys so very much for joining me on this Monday evening, wherever you may be. I got my hat back. That's number one. Number one, I got my hat back. Maybe they'll start winning some fucking ball games now. Thank God for the All-Star break. I felt naked without my hat. I had to wear this other one. I got so many Braves hats. I got at least 20 upstairs in the bedroom. And I wear the same one all the time. It's just what I do. It's what I do. So we had a little rotation of hats. I had the red one last week. I had my OTS hat. I had my black and gray, or gray and dark gray, light gray Braves hat. Now I got my World Series cap back. We're back to full strength this week. As if anybody cares. Monday night. Raw. Dallas, Texas. You know, I see some people in the chat already. Can't really, you can't really exclaim your opinion. You can't really divulge your opinion in a public setting anymore. People are ready with their fucking pitchforks and their torches. You can't say anything. If you like the show, people will say it's boring, and people will criticize you and call you nasty, mean names on social media with their egg avatars. And if I said the show was boring and I didn't like the show and I shit on the show completely, people will be like, oh, well, JD, he complains about everything, JD from NY0067. You can't win with people. You can't win with people. I feel like I am one of the more honest people here. If it's good, it's good. If it's bad, it's bad. If it's blah or boring, I'll let you know. Tonight was not boring. I didn't find myself bored with much of this show tonight. Was it good? That's subjective. If you thought it was good, great. If you thought it was bad, great. I didn't think it was bad. I thought it was somewhere between good and that very good range. There's a reason why I thought it was good. WWE came out this week. First of all, they had a hot crowd. Dallas was great. Dallas was on top of everything. They were very vocal tonight. They were into a lot of what they were given tonight. And Dallas was a great crowd. WWE was focused tonight because there's a lot of talk, and there is a video from me coming tomorrow. As soon as I wrap up with the coach on the 2 count, I got a video going up for everybody tomorrow afternoon on this SummerSlam ticket dilemma. WWE is looking at less than 30,000 tickets out the door for both nights, and we're 2.5 weeks away from SummerSlam. It's not good. It's not good at all. Whatever the reason is, the main reason is ticket sales are down because the tickets are just too expensive. They're not more expensive than WrestleMania. They're obviously a lot better than WrestleMania. I mean, front row was, for what? WrestleMania was what, $30,000? Easy. Here you're looking at, I saw the ticket chart today. You could still get second row ringside for about $3,500. Still a lot of money. Still money I'm not paying them to watch this fucking slop every week. Especially with a PLE. They're getting worse by the month. Why am I going to give you $3,500 to go sit at US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis to do exactly what I would be able to do at home, and that's watch commercials and barely any pro wrestling? Not doing it. Devin says it was up to $40,000 for front row for WrestleMania. That's crazy. That's crazy. If you got that type of money, man, God bless you. You're better off giving it to your favorite content creator so that we could all live in harmonious peace. The ticket sales are still very, very pricey. Outside that, there's this apathetic feeling about the show. Even with CM Punk and Cody Rhodes being announced on Friday for the main event of SummerSlam for the WWE Championship, even with Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns, and even with Oba Femi and Brock Lesnar inside Hell in a Cell, those are 3 big matches. 2 of them are rematches. CM Punk and Cody Rhodes is happening for the first time since both of them have returned to the WWE. And that's a match that I'm highly interested in. Though I didn't like what they did on Friday. The creative, there's this apathetic feel around the creative. Rightfully so. The writing is garbage. The storylines are garbage. Everything, for the most part, has been very boring. You would be correct if you thought the product and the television shows were boring. Because they are. It's obviously written by AI. Everything is just AI-generated slop. That's what it feels like. That's what it feels like. There's no emotion. There's no feeling. There's no excitement. WWE is looking at a SummerSlam right now in Minneapolis that is trending way down from last year. And don't give me the excuse, oh, JD, it's in Minneapolis. It's in Minnesota, JD. First of all, I don't look at Minneapolis as a summer destination, number one. Number two, do you realize where they were last year? I don't really consider MetLife Stadium and the fucking cesspool that is Newark, New Jersey, a summer destination either. Have you driven through New Jersey? Have you driven on the New Jersey Turnpike with the windows down on a nice summer day? Please. Give me a fucking break. Smells like shit and fucking sewage. I don't really look at that as a summer destination either, yet they fit 60,000 people. They did 115,000 people combined last year at SummerSlam. So what's the problem this year? What is it? Has the product gotten worse? Yes. Believe it or not, the product is worse than it was last year. I'm looking at in totality for where we are right now, 7.5 months in the year. Looking back at last year in the first 7.5 months of the year, I would say yes. Yes. At least we had John Cena, even though that wasn't lighting the world on fire. They got a big problem. And I said it on Friday. I see other people mimicking what we said on Friday. I came out here on Friday and bluntly told you the reason why they booked Cody Rhodes and CM Punk for the WWE Championship at SummerSlam is because they need to. They have nothing else. This is their last lifeline. They're on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. I'm outdating myself. I don't even know if that show's still around. It probably is, but Regis Philbin was the GOAT. This is their last lifeline. Will they be able to get near 35,000 tickets out the door for both nights? Sure. But 70,000, 815,000? They need to. They need to book Punk and Cody. It's not a situation of they have to. They need to. Or they wanted to. They need to. They basically gave you that main event because they are desperate. And I guarantee you, I fucking guarantee you, because the rumors said so. The reports said so. And this is exactly what they were thinking. This was supposed to be at WrestleMania 43. Cody and Punk was supposed to be at WrestleMania 43. It was supposed to be at this year's WrestleMania, but Rollins got hurt. Then they said, you know what, we'll just do it next year in Saudi Arabia. Now they're doing it in Minneapolis. And I guarantee you that if WWE was nearing 115,000 tickets out the door for SummerSlam this year, there is a high probability that Sami Zayn would still be the WWE champion. Because ticket sales or no ticket sales, Sami Zayn beating Cody Rhodes was the right decision. But looking at the landscape of SummerSlam, they took the belt off Sami Zayn in 9 days, put it on CM Punk because it's better than Cody beating Sami Zayn, so they had CM Punk do it because it would have been a negative shitstorm for Triple H and his creative. So they give you this match because they need to. Tell me when I am telling any lies, chat. This is exactly what it is. Do not, and I urge you, do not listen to anybody tell you otherwise. Said it on Friday. First thing I did was come on here and speak to you for 30 minutes, and I gave you exactly what the reasoning was. Absolutely. 100%. We got a bomb in the chat. Look at this fucking guy, man. Listen, man, we're rocking and rolling. We're rocking and rolling over here, man. We got $100 super chat from my guy, Beantown 8025. He says, JD, just wanted to send this bomb as I appreciate OTS no matter how bad wrestling has been this year, especially with creative. Even though Raw was actually good tonight, I know OTS will always be a great show, so thanks to JD for all that you do. Look at this fucking, another round of applause for this guy over here. Look at this fucking guy. Beantown! Thank you, brother. I see you on the Patreon side of things as well, man. I appreciate you and all of your support and everybody's support. Thank you guys very much. That is the reason why WWE booked Cody Rhodes and CM Punk for SummerSlam. Tonight they were focused. We got Oba and Brock in the comical way that Oba, if this doesn't take Oba off of television at least till SummerSlam, I don't know, man. I know it's pro wrestling and it's all carny business and it's all fucking nonsense, but the guy supposedly threw Dallas PD over the top rope in a situation where he assaulted Dallas police officers out there with Paul Heyman. Now, I know that there really isn't a lot left to do with Oba Femi and Brock Lesnar, but that's a typical WWE trope. You got two guys like Brock and Oba. Let's get some police officers or security involved, and let's make a scene out of it. I would have went a step further. I would have had a whole bunch of them come out and arrest Oba Femi and take him out until at least SummerSlam when he's got to walk inside Hell in a Cell. WWE just left it like, hey, man, yeah, it's all right, man. Oba can attack Dallas police officers. Just hit his pose and shut the lights off. I don't know. Can you take it a step further and create some intrigue about what just happened? It was an effective enough segment. My question is, the last time we saw Hell in a Cell on WWE television was CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. And what they did inside Hell in a Cell at Bad Blood a couple of years ago was downright legendary. One of the best Hell in a Cell matches of all time is what CM Punk and Drew McIntyre delivered. Will Oba and Brock be able to step out of that CM Punk and Drew McIntyre shadow at SummerSlam? I don't know. There's a good chance that they could do it if they're given enough time, if they're allowed to use their surroundings and really make a memorable match. I want to see destruction. I want to see chaos. I want to see blood. I want to see two guys go to war, and I want to see one standing with the head of the other in the palm of their hand. That's what I want to see. You're building it up as such. The Beast versus the Ruler. And did Oba Femi tonight officially just give up his championship match after winning King of the Ring? That's the way I took it. Boy, this company sucks. Thanks for making King of the Ring absolutely fucking worthless. Like Paul Heyman said, Oba Femi, and we love Oba, but Oba Femi is a dummy. He genuinely is a dummy. The Vision. Again, focused. Raw was focused. This version of the Vision, whatever this version of the Vision is, it ain't the Vision. The original version of the Vision was Paul. Look at how far we've fallen, chat. The original version of the Vision was Paul Heyman, Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, and I'm even going to include Becky Lynch in that. That was the Vision. Now we're looking at Logan Paul, Austin Theory, Maxine Dupri, and Braun Breaker. Bronson Reed is still out with injury. He should be back hopefully soon. The Vision is minus Paul Heyman. Tonight, it was shown to us that Paul Heyman basically walked away from the Vision and wiped his hands free and clear of anything Vision related. as he looked at Maxine Dupri and looked at Austin Theory and said, "You have her. Why on earth would you need me anymore?" And he walked away. Now, what that means to me is that the vision is basically a failure. But what WWE did tonight was create some decent television. This is the best the division has looked in many, many, many months. This is probably the best the division has looked all year. And it came at the expense of Otis and Tozawa. By the way, Otis is from Minneapolis as well. So we could be looking at Gable and Otis winning tag team gold in Minneapolis. Or Gable, rather, winning IC gold, and then Otis winning tag team gold in Minneapolis. This is the best the division has looked all year. And it came at the expense of Otis and Tozawa. Now, I don't know what you guys thought of tonight's segment. I actually liked what they did. And we're going to get into that tonight. I actually liked what they did. I thought it was effective. And Otis is a great sympathetic character. I just don't know about Maxine Dupri and Austin Theory leading division while Braun Breaker's got to play fucking third wheel behind Austin Theory. He's basically Finn Balor, and this is basically a retread of the Judgment Day. It's basically what you're looking at. Austin Theory and Maxine Dupri are Dominik, Mysterio, and Liv Morgan all over again. Because this company doesn't know how to write captivating television. And Braun Breaker, how the mighty have fallen. This man was challenging CM Punk for the World Heavyweight Championship in the beginning of the year, and now he's standing behind Austin Theory as tag team champion. What on earth are we doing here? Get this man as far away from this group as humanly possible. Give him Paul Heyman and let this man destroy worlds. I don't understand why we are stopping the push of Braun Breaker. This isn't a push. You're keeping him stagnant and you're failing him week by week. Focused. Chad Gable. He won the Intercontinental Championship Gauntlet Match, which I thought was riddled with commercials, but largely very good from what we got. I don't really need to spend much time on how I feel about Chad Gable because I've been saying it for months now, since he lost to Ludwig Kaiser in AAA, mask versus mask, El Grande Americano versus El Grande Americano. Soon as he revealed himself as the OG Americano, this was a slam motherfucking dunk for Triple H. And if he got it wrong, then his head should be on a platter and removed from head of creative. Hopefully he knows what he's doing and we get Penta and Gable, with Gable going over at SummerSlam. The easiest decision of his entire SummerSlam creative is Chad Gable. And they really did a great job building up Javon Evans. Javon Evans had a great showcase. If I look at the MVP of that gauntlet match, it is absolutely Javon Evans. And he is going to be a future Intercontinental Champion. We got Lyra and Bayley. Lyra has gone from Bird Girl to Bird Lady. She went from Bird Girl to the Bird Lady in Home Alone 2. That is her new gimmick. Legitimately. In look and in attire. And then we got Rollins and Reigns. Did Seth Rollins have a better week than he did last week? Yes, he didn't put Dallas to sleep tonight. He put Chicago in a fucking coma last week. But I don't know how you guys felt about it. They didn't really do anything to get me any more excited about their upcoming World Heavyweight Championship match at SummerSlam. We're going to go over everything tonight on what I thought was a solid episode of Monday Night Raw. Focused. They need to be focused. The only thing is, it's too little, too late. You're not going to generate enough interest for SummerSlam to get where you think you should be as far as filling U.S. Bank Stadium. And they only have themselves to blame. Thank you guys very much for joining me here tonight. We're going to go over this Monday Night Raw. We have a loaded chat here tonight. We got 2,200 in here, and we got a bomb already by my guy, Beantown. Thank you very much, Beantown. Appreciate you. Follow me on social media at JD from NY206, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Cameo, Patreon. Patreon.com/JD from NY206. The next SummerSlam match review poll will be going up after tonight's stream. I just got to put it up. And my VIPs over on Patreon, you vote for what we are going to review on Thursday. So look forward to that. Q&A also coming this week if I have some time as well. We'll get your questions out there and we'll get some exclusive content up for you guys on Patreon. Tonight we got the wheel. The wheel's back. You guys killed the wheel, the VIP wheel, on Friday night. More wheel fun tonight. If you guys reach the goal, we got 2 out of 10 so far. We need 8 more. If you guys reach the goal, everybody that donated for the goal will get an additional spin on the wheel. Or additional slot on the wheel. So let's have some fun with that. My guy, Tone C, he reached out to me. We're going to get his shit mailed out tomorrow. So congratulations once again to my guy, Tone VC. And he donated tonight as well tonight. So he's getting his stuff. We got the off-the-script cap. He's getting both of them because I said so. And then we got the OTS baseball bat beer mug. Quality stuff. Quality stuff right here. So make sure you guys have some fun with that. The wheel is back tonight. We will have some fun with that in the super chat portion of the show. So again, it's up to you guys if you want to partake. So please go and do that. Let's get some exclusive merch out to you guys, courtesy of the VIP wheel. We got a big day tomorrow, man. I'll be live with the coach. 11:30 a.m. 2 count. And then Tuesday Night Titans with the Solid Monster, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. We got a lot to talk about. So it's going to be a busy Tuesday. Go check out all the content on the channel. Plenty of it. Plenty of content. So go and check all that stuff out. We had a great stream on Friday with Punk and Cody and their first interaction before SummerSlam. So go check that out. Shout out to all my iTunes and Spotify listeners. I see you and I hear you. We reached number 17 on the Apple iTunes podcast charts for pro wrestling here in the United States last week. Thanks to you guys. Continue that energy. Continue to rate. Continue to leave a comment. All of it. I mean it. All of it helps out. So continue to do that. If you guys want the audio stuff, we're on Spotify and iTunes, man. Link is down below in the description. So go and check that stuff out. And tonight we're sponsored by Blue Chew. BlueChew.com. Code JD at checkout. Make sure you guys go and check them out. Code JD at BlueChew.com. You buy 2 months of Blue Chew Gold. You get the 3rd month for free. And when you use that code JD, you're going to get 10% off your first order, including free shipping. Sounds like a great deal to me. BlueChew.com. Let's get into this Monday Night Raw. Start things off at the top here with Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar. Paul Heyman's out there. Ladies and gentlemen, yada, yada, yada. My name is Paul Heyman. Introducing the champion of the cage. Not Conor McGregor. What a fucking farce that was, huh? The biggest shyster and the biggest con artist in UFC history is Conor McGregor. The champion of the cage, the beast of the Brocktagon, Brock Lesnar. I would also like to call to your direction the fine and upstanding gentlemen of the Dallas, Texas Police Department. And you may be asking the question, well, why are the Dallas cops here tonight? And it is a very good question, a very valid question. And the answer is Oba Femi. Oba Femi turned down a guaranteed title match against either champion because that's how obsessed he is with Brock Lesnar. I want you to think about the abnormity of the statement I just made. He turned down the opportunity to get in the ring with either champion of his choice. That is stalker level. That is obsession to an unhealthy degree. That's clinger, number 9 territory. Oba Femi is not just a clinger. He's not just obsessed. He's not just a stalker. He is the biggest dummy I have ever met in my entire life. And you can boo all you want, Dallas. Everyone knows that I'm telling the truth. And he's not just a big dummy. He's a really, 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 really big Nigerian dummy that turns down the opportunity for the title because he's like a psycho ex-girlfriend coming after Brock Lesnar. See, I gotta be honest with you. I'm used to people being obsessed with Brock Lesnar. Everyone wants a shootout at the OK Corral. Everybody likes to talk shit. And then they get hit. I like this. I like this that WWE's allowing words like shit and asshole on television. I don't know what changed there, but I guess it's Paul Heyman and he's got more leeway than most people. And Brock Lesnar, who has more leeway than some of the people that are actually on the board of directors there. Brock Lesnar is obsessed with anybody, and it's unhealthy. Brock Lesnar obsessed with Oba Femi leads to what Dallas is used to, violence. Now, Oba, you may want to throw away title shots, and Brock Lesnar may be willing to beat Oba Femi into the ground tonight, but for me, I want to protect my money, and that's what an advocate does. So to protect my investment, I went to WWE and I said, can we please get a no-touch clause before SummerSlam, before Hell in a Cell? And that requires a lot of lawyers, a lot of paperwork. So I went to a judge here in Dallas that my father knew years ago, and I pulled in more than one favor, and I got a restraining order. A restraining order against Oba Femi so that Oba Femi cannot come within 100 yards of Brock Lesnar. And truth be told, I got a restraining order on my own client, Brock Lesnar. And out of respect and years of loyalty to me, I know that Brock Lesnar will please adhere to the restraining order because this beast is a law-abiding citizen. I feel like there's some underlying reference that Paul Heyman may be throwing out there with that law-abiding citizen line for Brock Lesnar. Maybe it's one of them shut the fuck up naysayer lines who continue to still deem Brock Lesnar not worthy of being on television because of prior engagements. Whatever the case may be. So Oba makes his way out to the stage. These fake Dallas police officers slide into the ring. Oba's in the ring. He says, I came here for a fight tonight. But before I get down to it, I'm going to give you an opportunity to explain what the hell this is. Paul Heyman says, you want an explanation? It's very simple. You, sir, are in violation of a court order, restraining order. Gentlemen, do your job. So Brock and Paul walk out of the ring. Oba completely demolishes all of these guys. He's clotheslining these guys. He's throwing them over the top rope. He put his hands on police officers, Dallas police officers. So they get all taken out. I don't know why we needed to depict the Dallas Police Department. I don't know why we just couldn't have security. It would have been a lot more believable. So Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar are now on the stage area. What are these games? Says Oba Femi. What are you playing at? Running, bullshitting, low blows, attacking from behind. This is not even you anymore. Who is this? Where is the beast? You used to run this place. Now all you do is run away. And as for you, Paul, you have the audacity to tell everybody that I stupidly threw away a title opportunity. Meanwhile, we both know that if I went for it, he would have cost me anyway. I guess that's a way you could explain it. Is that good enough for an out? To some it will be. To some it will be. Oba Femi wins King of the Ring. He's got a guaranteed opportunity at either Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, Sami Zayn, CM Punk, whichever was going to end up being the champion by the time Oba got to SummerSlam. But then he comes out here and openly admits that he threw away a championship match to get at Brock Lesnar, and openly admits that he didn't have a problem doing it because Brock Lesnar would have fucked him over anyway. I mean, the way that I look at it, I would have to agree with Paul Heyman. Oba Femi is a stupid, 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 stupid dummy. But yes, Oba is correct. He would have cost him anyway. So if that was the case, why didn't we just get Brock Lesnar costing Oba Femi the King of the Ring tournament? Why did we have Oba go all the way to the finals and win the finals without any side of Brock Lesnar? Why did he have to win the King of the Ring tournament? Why couldn't we have given the King of the Ring tournament to, I don't know, Seth Rollins? At least it would have made more sense on him getting a championship match against Roman Reigns instead of Roman coming out and telling Seth Rollins that he hasn't earned anything and hasn't done anything to earn a shot at the tribal chief. Little brother. I ain't letting that one go, man. That is sheer stupidity. Absolutely sheer stupidity. So here's the deal. SummerSlam. Hell in a Cell. Oba Femi, Brock Lesnar, no more games, no more bullshit, no more low blows, no more running away. You can't run from the ruler, you can't run from the destroyer, you can't run from the bringer of war. You can't run from Oba Femi. Good promo. Solid stuff from Oba. I don't really understand why we needed the Dallas PD out there. Is Oba going to get arrested? Is he going to get suspended? Are we going to find out that Oba's in jail somewhere and needed to make bail? He destroyed 5 police officers. This man should have been on television tonight being carted away in handcuffs and placed in the back of a police vehicle. I guess ChatGPT didn't write that far out when they pitched this angle to the writing team today. I guess they stopped at Oba promo, is what I'm thinking. Good stuff. What more could you do? At least if Oba got arrested tonight, they'd be able to keep him off television because what else could they possibly do? What else could they possibly say? The next thing is a contract signing. We've already seen one tonight, and I'm expecting one between Cody and CM Punk at some point in the next 3 weeks. This was an effective segment. It did what it needed to do. Paul Heyman wants to protect his investment. Paul Heyman wants to protect the money that he is potentially going to make. And he doesn't want anything to happen to this match. We were told that we were going to get a mini-series of vignettes between Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins and their history leading to their big SummerSlam match for the World Heavyweight Championship. So we got chapter 1. We got this thrown into the show at different points in the night. Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins, chapter 1, The Shield. This was a very short part 1. This lasted like 30 seconds, if that. Seth Rollins said, from day 1, we set out to make history, and from day 1, we did just that. Roman Reigns then comes in, and he narrates and says, we changed the way the games were played in WWE. And it hasn't been the same since. No shit. No shit. It hasn't been the same since. Thank you for telling me what I already know, Roman. Then they go to a graphic of Roman Reigns accepting, or actually, I'm sorry, it's the reverse. Jalen Brunson of the New York Knicks, the champion New York Knicks, accepting Roman Reigns' invitation to Saturday night's main event on Saturday at Madison Square Garden. What a shit card that is turning out to be, huh? Is that worth the price of admission, chat? I'd be curious to know if any people in this chat are actually going to that Madison Square Garden show. If you are, like Paul Heyman said, a really, 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 really big dummy. I wouldn't give them a fucking dime. Not for that slop. Oh, but JD, Danhausen is big and over in New York City, JD. Yes. Gone are the days of the Hulkster and the Ultimate Warrior and Mr. Perfect and Andre the Giant and King Kong Bundy and Bret the Hitman Hart. All these fucking legends on Saturday Night's Main. And now we got fucking Danhausen. The Knicks won the NBA Finals last month. WWE is still pretending like it happened last week. Man, they can't wait to ride the coattails of the New York Knicks at Madison Square Garden, clinging on to whatever relevancy they feel like they could have so they could be featured on ESPN next to Stephen A. Smith. I better be there, JD. You're a New Yorker, and TKO needs the sale, bro. You can find me at the bar across the street from Madison Square Garden. You won't catch me fucking dead inside MSG. Io Sky. We love Io. She went one-on-one with Roxanne Perez to open things up here on Monday Night Raw. We got a couple of super chats in here, man. We're 6 out of 10 on the goal. I see you guys. Man. The wheel. 4 more for the wheel, man. 4 more for the wheel. Everybody that has given to the goal will get an extra spot on the wheel, and we do it and add you live during the super chat portion of the show. Love it. Shout out to my fellow VIPs here. We got MGM Ballin', we got Luca Blight, we got Jeff. We got 3 pages of horror. And we got my guy, Beantown, coming in with a $100 super chat. Love it. Absolutely love it. Beantown's going to have 10 spots on the wheel, guys. Beantown is going to have 10 spots on the wheel because of his $100 bomb. Now, if you don't want Beantown winning the wheel, you got to show Beantown who's boss. That's what I say. Billy! He's coming in with a super chat. Look at this fucking guy, Billy. We love you, Billy. Can I say something here about this match? Io and Roxanne. I love Roxanne. I think Roxanne's great. I love Io. I think Io's great. Rhea Ripley. I got to get this out there. Rhea Ripley was quoted saying this past weekend, I don't know where she was. Was she at the UFC show or was she at the Power Slap show watching Jake Hager get his face caved in? I think it was at the Power Slap event that Jake Hager was at this past weekend. She was quoted saying that she has a partially torn meniscus and that she's out of action right now and she can't really stand all that well or balance herself well. It's all about balance. What exactly did she say? I got the quote right here. Rhea Ripley. Yes. I hurt my knee. I have a slight tear in my meniscus, so it's healing. It's getting there. It's getting stronger. I just can't bend it very well, guys. I kind of need to bend it, she said. End quote. Rhea Ripley has a torn meniscus. The Women's Championship on SmackDown has not been seen since Clash in Italy, where this supposed meniscus tear happened. Over on Monday Night Raw, we have Liv Morgan as the WWE Women's World Heavyweight Champion. And she hasn't defended the championship since she won it from Stephanie Vaquer. Remember her? At WrestleMania. Her next title defense will not be until SummerSlam. We have Rhea Ripley out with a torn meniscus. We have Liv Morgan holding the championship hostage without one singular title defense on Monday night. And we have Io Sky and Roxanne Perez delivering a banger TV match on the undercard. And both women's champions are out to lunch. Can someone please explain to me why we have Liv Morgan as the women's champion? Can someone please explain to me why Rhea Ripley is still the women's champion? Can you explain to me why Io and Roxanne are putting on matches like this, yet both champions can't be bothered to defend their championship? One because she's injured, the other one because creative sucks. What are we doing here? What? I don't give a fuck what they got planned coming up. We need to do the right thing here. Rhea Ripley needs to vacate that championship. I don't give a fuck who you put it on. Get the championship off of Rhea Ripley and get it onto someone that is not injured and get it onto someone that is going to be on TV every week. I don't like this idea. I don't. I'm going to say it anyway. Jade Cargill wrestling for the women's championship is not something I want to see. Take the belt off Rhea, vacate the title, put it on the line in the match that is yet to be announced, Charlotte versus Jade at SummerSlam. The winner becomes the new world champion on Friday Night SmackDown. And Charlotte Flair wins. How about that? I understand WWE. The reason why they haven't taken the belt off of Rhea, is because they know Io needs to win the Women's World Championship. Liv Morgan holding the belt is awful. She hasn't done a fucking thing. The title is worse because Liv Morgan is the champion. She hasn't done a single fucking thing with the championship. Io wins. The only reason why they have Rhea as the champion is because they're hoping, they're praying, they are absolutely drooling at the fact that Rhea and Io could meet at Crown Jewel in October. That's what they want. At the end of October, they want, or beginning of November, whenever Crown Jewel is, they want Rhea and Io battling it out one-on-one for the Crown Jewel Championship, champion versus champion, and Rhea could get her win back. That's what they're holding out for. Meanwhile, SmackDown's got no champion. Tiffany Stratton is not strong enough as the United States champion to be featured on the show weekly. And Liv Morgan is a terrible champion. So what exactly are we doing here? I don't know. So like I said, Io and Roxanne delivering this type of match on Monday Night Raw in the open of tonight's show, yet Liv Morgan is still there as the women's champion. This was good stuff. Crowd was absolutely hot for this. Everything these ladies did, they were hot for it. Io sent Perez out to the floor with a big shotgun dropkick. Io went for her sliding dropkick through the ropes. Perez caught her, knocked her out with a forearm. She then tried for a suplex on the apron. Io gets out and slammed Perez down with a suplex on the apron. She then hits her Acai moonsault. Io then threw Perez back into the ring. Liv Morgan's there, obviously, with Raquel on the outside in Roxanne's corner. She distracted Io as she got back into the ring. This allowed Roxanne to punch her, and we go into a commercial break. Come back from the break. Roxanne sets up Io for a big back suplex. Belly-to-back suplex off the top rope. Io sent her crashing down. Nice forearm shot right to the face. Io sets up for moonsault. Roxanne tripped up Io, hung her in the turnbuckles in a tree of woe. Roxanne went for a lion salt, but Io got the knees up. Both women were down. Io then takes Roxanne, double underhook suplex into a backbreaker. She goes for a cover. She gets a 2 count. Io is in control. She catches Perez with a big kick. She goes to the top. She came off the top rope with a big missile drop kick. She then went for her bullet train in the corner. The running Meteora. Perez got out of the way of the bullet train. Io is selling the knee because she missed the bullet train. Roxanne, she went right to the knee, and she's trying to work on the knee now late in the match, as if that's going to do anything. Io gets out of it, caught Perez. Perez catches Io in the crossface. She gets out of that. She then goes up top. Morgan and Perez interfered to keep Io from attempting the moonsault. Perez rolled up Io. Io reversed it, and she got a leverage pin here for the 1-2-3. Io wins over Roxanne in about 11 minutes. Really good stuff here, even with the commercial break for 3 minutes. After the match, Roxanne and Liv attacked Io. Sol Ruka ran out to make the save. So Sol is now involved in the Judgment Day slop. So Sol is out there. She ducks a clothesline from Raquel Rodriguez. She hits a pump knee strike to Roxanne Perez. Sol takes a head scissor to Rodriguez and takes her down. Sol super kicks Rodriguez out to the floor. So Sol jumps off the top rope. Rodriguez catches Sol midair. She viciously takes Sol Ruka and swings her like a beast into the barricade. So she throws her into the barricade and then absolutely destroys her against the steel post on the ring. Takes her back first. Sol goes back first into the steel ring post. Absolutely great sounding spot. She was taken out. So Liv connected on Oblivion, which looked great as well, to Io in the ring. Liv starts to then take Io down with some ground and pound shots. She slaps Io in the face over and over again. She starts to tell Io that this is as close as she's going to get to the Women's World Championship. And then Liv takes the title and smashes it right over Io Sky's face with a running belt shot. I thought this was, again, an effective segment. So Sol is now involved. Sol is involved. I don't know what Sol Ruka is going to be doing at SummerSlam, if doing anything at all. I would love to see Sol versus Roxanne for the Intercontinental Championship. I know Rodriguez just got a shot and Sol beat her. Maybe Rodriguez gets a rematch. I don't know if Raquel Rodriguez and Sol Ruka is worthy of a SummerSlam spot, though. I would love to see Roxanne and Sol for the IC title. We haven't seen that yet. So I would love to see that. Roxy, I would love to see her just go after the IC title, period. But this was an effective segment. We need to take the belt off of Liv Morgan. That much is absolutely for certain. The belt needs to come off Liv Morgan. And the belt needs to come off Rhea Ripley. I understand WWE's got this lust for Rhea Ripley and Io Sky at Crown Jewel in November. I get it. That was my preferred WrestleMania match. If Rhea wasn't injured, I wonder if Io would have chosen Rhea. Honestly. I wonder what the plan would be if everybody was healthy. If Stephanie was healthy, if Rhea was healthy, are we getting Io and Rhea, and we getting Stephanie versus Liv? We might very well be looking at that. But right now, everything is fucked up. Right now, we got no WWE Women's Championship match at SummerSlam because Rhea is hurt, and Liv Morgan is defending the championship against Io, who they both wrestled in the finals of the Queen of the Ring, and we're getting that rematched again at SummerSlam. And Liv hasn't defended the championship since she's won it at WrestleMania from Stephanie. It's a fucking mess. It's an absolute fucking mess. Changes need to be made. The belt needs to come off Rhea, put it on the line, vacated. in the match that is yet to be announced with Charlotte and Jade Cargill. And then Liv Morgan needs to drop the belt to Io. 100%. 100%. This is what needs to be done. 3 pages of horror says Liv's shorts were ... interesting. They always are. They always are. The Vision. Logan Paul is out there getting promo time with the Vision. Dallas, Texas, give it up for your new WWE World Tag Team Champions, Austin Theory and Braun Breaker. And of course, we could not have done it without the newest member of the team, the Vision Queen, Maxine Dupri. Alpha Academy make their way out to the ring as soon as Logan Paul hands a microphone to Maxine Dupri. I was looking forward to seeing what type of explanation Maxine gave everybody as to why she did what she did. Akira Tozawa gets on the apron, and he looks like a sad little child. Maxine, can we talk? Maxine, what are you doing? This isn't you. You're a wonderful human being. Because I know this guy is all wrong for you, Maxine. Maxine then says, you guys, I still love you, and I appreciate that. But you gave me a choice, and the fans are booing. The fans are booing. No, please, listen. You gave me a choice. You told me that if I was with Austin, that I couldn't be with you guys. I know. Listen, she tells the fans who are booing her excessively. I just don't think that's fair. You don't even know him. Otis then chimes in. Maxine, I told you about him. I told you that he is bad news. Maxine then says, bad news? You literally know nothing about him. Otis says, I know you, though. I've known you for a long time. I got to get something off my chest. I have something to say to you, Maxine. So Austin Theory is snickering like some fucking high school bully on Saved by the Bell. This was very Zach Morris and Kelly Kapowski-esque, for sure. For sure. I'm genuinely curious if this was inspired by Saved by the Bell. Oh, man, this is so funny. Hold on. Braun, is this what I'm hearing? He says, are you confessing your feelings for Maxine? Is that what he's doing? What is this, a fairy tale? What world are you living in, dude? I mean, look at you. Seriously, look at you. Because you look like a bunch of losers. Look, it doesn't matter. People like you don't end up with people like Maxine, which is the narrative that Hollywood wants you to think. Social media wants you to think. A guy like Otis can't land a woman like Maxine because Otis is apparently fat. Meanwhile, Otis could probably destroy half of the fucking state of Dallas. State of Texas. Ridiculous. So let's get this straight. She's with me now, so keep your fat, disgusting, nasty, musty, crusty, did I say fat? Otis then takes Theory, who's on the apron, slingshots him into the ring. Otis then drives Theory into the turnbuckles. Braun Breaker attacks Otis from behind. Tozawa jumps on Breaker's back. Breaker flung him across the ring. Tozawa ends up sending Breaker out to the floor. He then does a suicide dive where Tozawa is caught and Breaker with a released Northern Light suplex over the commentary table on poor Tozawa. So now it's the Vision ganging up all on Otis. Otis fires back with 2 clotheslines. He whips Braun Breaker across the ring. Big discus back elbow. He then dumps Theory chest first onto the canvas. Otis sidesteps Breaker into Theory. Otis with a big stinger splash on both Braun Breaker and Austin Theory. Avalanches them both in the corner. Otis clotheslines Breaker over the top rope. Ringside in the aisleway. Theory then is on his knees begging for mercy. Maxine gets in between Otis and Austin Theory. Maxine was teasing Otis. Why didn't you tell me? This could have all been avoided if you just let me know weeks ago how you felt, Otis. She's telling Otis that he should have expressed his feelings. None of this would have resulted in what we have today. So she went in for a kiss. She's going to kiss Otis. She's going to rejoin the Alpha Academy. Theory comes from behind and delivers a low blow. Maxine then pie faces Otis, saying that it was never going to work out. She was telling Otis that he was a fool for thinking that he would end up with her. She pie faced Otis. Theory and Tozawa are going back and forth. Breaker spears Tozawa in half. Maxine gives Theory brass knuckles. Theory rocks Otis with the brass knuckles. He then talks shit to Otis. Breaker then does a super spear on Otis. Takes him out, and the Vision stand tall over Otis to close the segment. I know a lot of people are looking at the Vision as a shell of its former self as a faction. And you have every right to do that. This is not the Vision. The Vision is Paul Heyman, Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, and Becky Lynch. That's the Vision. Becky there with Rollins because they are married. And they played that angle in the Vision because Rollins was feuding with Punk and AJ Lee with Becky. This version of the Vision is not the Vision. But that doesn't mean this was not a good segment. WWE loves to run reruns. We've seen this many, many, many times with Otis. We've seen this with Otis with Mandy Rose. We've seen this now with Maxine. And we've seen Otis even with Gable. Gable and Otis almost played this same thing where they used Otis as the sympathetic figure. Otis plays a great sympathetic figure. That much you got to give him. The reason why this segment was so hot is because Otis is a fan favorite, whether you like to admit it or not. Otis is a great sympathetic figure when it comes to a situation like this. Otis is easily someone that fans want to support because Otis, even though he's a bruiser and he's a big burly guy and he's fucking one of those guys that could destroy anybody on the roster, at the end of the day, he's a cuddly teddy bear. Everybody loves Otis. I don't think there's a single human being watching this show that I would have a negative thing to say about Otis. It worked. Whether the Vision is a failure or not, it worked. Whether Paul Heyman is there or not, it worked. Whether this was the Street Profits or the Judgment Day or any other tag team that is very far and few between nowadays in WWE, it doesn't matter. It worked because it was Otis. And I don't know how you guys feel about it. The fact that Otis is from Minneapolis and Otis and Tozawa are being set up for a tag team title match at SummerSlam against the Vision, I actually like that. I think that works. I think that's a good move. The only problem is we've seen this time and time and time again. Otis has been in the same storyline for all these years now. Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville, Chad Gable, Maxine Dupri. I mean, you can look at this and say it's a small version of long-term storytelling. I never got a sense that Otis was romantically involved with Maxine. Maybe once or twice. They didn't really kind of play that card up. They didn't really make that a focus of the storyline. They didn't make that a focus of the Alpha Academy. I always thought it was just Maxine, Otis, and Tozawa because Gable wasn't there. I just thought that it was more Otis and Tozawa now leading Maxine to do the right thing because Gable's not there. Otis and Tozawa leading Maxine to become a professional wrestler, to make Maxine better. I didn't really get a sense that Otis was going to be wanting to be romantically linked to Maxine Dupri. Seemingly WWE pulled that card out and played it tonight. Which, again, is fine. It's just, we didn't really get a sense or a lot of that coming into this. But it worked. It worked. Now we're looking at a tag team title match at SummerSlam, which, to be honest with you, the sympathetic card that they played and the feelings that people now have seeing Otis get fucking betrayed by Maxine, who fans were chanting, you sold out, and Braun Breaker and Logan Paul and Austin Theory got some genuine heel heat. This is a tried and true angle. This is a simple enough story for fans to get behind and really make a large commotion, a really positive reaction when Otis and Tozawa win those tag team championships. And it fits right into what Triple H loves to do best, make a moment. Otis and Tozawa winning a tag team title in Minneapolis, in Otis's hometown. It works. It works. Whether you like the vision or not, whether you like the Alpha Academy or not, whether you think this is good or bad, it worked. It worked. And I'm actually invested in what they got going on with this because I'm a fan of fucking Otis. I am a big fan of Otis. I think Otis is great. Otis has lasted in this company throughout all the budget cuts, throughout all the releases. Otis is still there. At some point, Otis is going to need a thank you. He's there. He's a good hand. A tag team championship title run with Tozawa is as innocent as they come. I think he's more than earned it. Survivor Series will take place, announced tonight and earlier today on social media, November 28th at the Daikin Park. When did they change the name of the Astros ballpark? When did this happen? Daikin Park? This is the home of the Houston Astros in Houston, Texas. They previously hosted the 2020 Royal Rumble. This is WarGames, Houston. Man, I can't wait for another Bloodline WarGames match. Oh, man! I can't wait for another women's WarGames match because the women need to have one. And I can't wait for it to come together in 2 weeks with no story. Oh, man, I can't wait. A women's WarGames match that includes Io Sky jumping off the top of the cage in her glorified WarGames spot. Moonsault with a trash can. If I don't see story, if I don't see excitement, if I don't see violence, if I don't see blood inside the WarGames, if I don't see something that resembles a war, don't even bother. Save your money. Save your money. What else are they going to do, chat? What else are they going to do? Is Triple H going to predictably have War Pigs from Ozzy Osbourne and Black Sabbath as the backing theme for WarGames, as if there's no other fucking heavy metal song that depicts war or is good enough to describe WarGames? I can name 6 That would be great. It doesn't need to be a song that has war in the name. This Is War by Alter Bridge would be one that comes to mind. That's just me personally. How about some Judas Priest? How about some Fear Factory? How about some Machine Head? You know, something that isn't Ozzy. Something. He'll probably go run right back to Nickelback as if that have anything to do with WarGames. Fucking ridiculous. WarGames needs to go the same way that Hell in a Cell went. It needs to go into semi-retirement, only brought out for when absolutely necessary. Slayer. How about some War Ensemble by Slayer? That's a good one. That's probably one of the better choices. Between me and you, War Ensemble. Can you imagine? I'm just getting chills thinking about it. Can you imagine a WWE video package with their fantastic video team and editing department with Slayer backing WarGames, War Ensemble with Tom Araya screaming war? Bro, what the fuck are we doing with Ozzy Osbourne, man? You fucking kidding me? Seriously. Get with it, Triple H. Get with it. Testament would be good too. Testament would be good too. Henchman Ride would be a great song by Testament. The Henchman Ride by Testament. Trial by Fire. Burnt Offerings would be a good one too. Don't get me started on their musical choices. Don't get me started. Have you guys listened to the actual version of Chad Gable's theme song? My God, man, it sounds worse when you actually listen to the fucking production and the lyrics and the vocals. It's bad enough that Def Rebel's making their fucking music. Now Def Rebel's using Suno AI to produce their theme music now. It's crazy. All you got to do is enter prompts. Maybe play a guitar riff here and there and ask the fucking AI to generate something new and different. Make it sound like music. Type in what the wrestler is and who he is and what his gimmick is, and it spits out lyrics. Gable! Gable! Yes, Metallica. How about Fight Fire with Fire? Triple H is a big Metallica guy, right? Why not? Why not? Who else? What else you got? What else you got? Fear Factory, Power Shifter. How about that? How about Fear Factory, Edge Crusher? That's a good one. That's a good one. They're not cool enough to come up with any real musical choices for Survivor Series. We're going to hear that same guitar riff from Black Sabbath. They don't know what they're doing in their music department. Music to them is Gable! Gable! Oh, my God. Ridiculous, man. This is what they've resulted to, man. Suno AI. How are you going to physically absolutely sit there and say, yeah, man, I'm proud of my work, man, as a musician? Suno AI. Drowning Pool? Bro, Triple H isn't cool enough to use Pantera or Slayer or anybody I used to listen to back in high school, man. He ain't cool enough. He's not cool enough. Seriously. How about, what do we got? Let's see. What's that Pantera song? What's that Pantera song off of Southern Tranquil? Yeah, how about War Nerve? War Nerve by Pantera. How about that? Can you imagine that for the fucking SummerSlam theme? That would be fucking fantastic, man. They don't have the balls to do anything like that. Gable! That's what they got. That's music to them. That's music to them. Anyway, Survivor Series in Houston, November 28th. We got an impromptu match here. I don't know who asked for this. Apparently WWE thought that we were so invested in the Bloodline story that we should get Royce Keys versus Jimmy Uso here on Monday Night Raw. Two SmackDown guys. Well, Royce Keys is a SmackDown guy. Is Jimmy a SmackDown guy or a Raw guy? Or does it even matter now? I don't know. The Mouth of War by Pantera will be a good one. Yeah. Absolutely. You guys know. You guys know some bangers, right? Madonna. Come on, man. This was an impromptu match. I was very sad when we came back from commercial. I saw Big Jim wrestling, Royce Keys. This went 3 minutes. None of this really mattered because it was everything that happened after the match that was the focus. So, Keys catches Uso with a power slam. Royce Keys, he pulls the straps down, he fires up. Jacob Fatu apparently pulled into the parking lot because none of the Bloodline actually like to show up to work on time. So Jacob Fatu was pulling into the parking garage as this match was in progress. He walks by a TV in the parking lot area of the venue in which he arrived. He sees these two wrestling. He beelines to the ring, storms to the ring. Keys at this point gets a near fall on Uso. Fatu jumped Keys in the ring, and we get a disqualification. Royce Keys wins by DQ in about 3 minutes. So Fatu, at this point, he's now... At one point, he was feeling bad about Royce Keys, and now he doesn't really give a shit about Royce Keys. He took a chair to Royce Keys. So he's out there. Fatu attacked Keys from behind, forced the DQ. After the match, Fatu delivered headbutts to Royce Keys, stomped on his chest. He grabbed the steel chair. Fatu says he didn't want to do this. He didn't want to do this. He attacks Keys with the chair. He wraps the chair around Royce Keys' neck the same way he did on Friday Night SmackDown, but he stopped before he did the running hip attack. I guess he was all brakes and no gas on Friday. So he was going to do it tonight. Solo Sikoa comes out of nowhere and stops Jacob. He says, "Hey, Jacob, stop. Hold on. Listen, don't do that to him. Leave him alone. I get it. I understand now. I understand. I was lost. I left my family. I was being stupid, but now I understand. But I've always known that blood is thicker than water. So I'm coming home to the family." So Solo stands in the center of the ring. He throws the ones up. He puts the one up. So Jimmy is all ecstatic. He stands there, throws the one up. Jacob Fatu throws the one up. They all stand in there as if Solo Sikoa will rejoin the family. So Solo, he gives a side smile. He pulls out his thumb, and he delivers a Samoan spike right to Jimmy. He fooled everybody. So Solo is brawling with Fatu. Solo then goes after Jimmy and attacks Jimmy. Fatu comes and attacks Solo from behind. He repeatedly stomps on Solo in the corner, down on Solo's chest. Royce Keys comes with some big shots to Fatu. Jimmy super kicks Royce Keys. Fatu then applies the Tongan death grip. Jimmy is choking out Keys with his boot. Fatu's got the Tongan death grip on Solo. LA Knight, yeah, storms to the ring with a chair. LA Knight sends Jimmy over the top rope to the outside. Fatu gets nailed in the back with a chair shot by LA Knight. He no-sells it. He turns around. LA Knight jams the chair into his midsection, again across the back, and sends Fatu outside of the ring. Fatu's pissed. He's standing there with Jimmy. He takes a microphone and says, I owe both of you for last week, so if you want to come up and get another piece, come up and get it. Yeah. Because if you think that was enough, if you think I got everything I needed to get out of you, nah. So what I'm going to need, Jimmy Uso, I need you in this ring. Jacob Fatu, I need you in this ring. And I'm sick and damn tired of the whole bloodline. So what I need you to do is get the unfortunate event. Jey Uso. Call him because I need him here. What I'm telling you is I'm done with the games. I'm done with the bloodline. But what I realize, I don't have to do this by myself. So I'll tell you what I'm thinking. I'm thinking Jimmy. I'm thinking Jay. I'm thinking Jacob. I'm thinking Royce Keys. And yeah. I'm thinking Solo Sikoa. And I'm thinking me. And I'm thinking SummerSlam. And what that means, you can all walk down here, get smacked back to factory settings, and we can put the bloodline in the rearview mirror with everybody saying, L.A. Knight, yeah. He called Jey Uso the unfortunate event. L.A. Knight's been on something, man, the last 2 weeks, man. I'll tell you, he's been on something. Has L.A. Knight revitalized you guys wanting to see him in a major role? Again, I say it every week. The reason why he's been so good and the reason why he's been so spot on and everything he's been doing, everything he's been saying, is because this is legitimate heat. He legitimately feels the way that he sounds. Everything coming from him is real. But we're to pretend it is all scripted entertainment. He feels a certain way, and it's coming across in his promos. I don't give a shit about any of this, quite honestly. I mean, Jimmy Uso and Royce Keys, we just saw this on Friday. Jimmy Uso beat Royce Keys on Friday, laughably. And we get it again? Jacob Fatu told Solo to show up on Raw. Nobody asked to see Jimmy Uso and Royce Keys again. I don't know where this is going. I don't know why anybody gives a shit. I don't know how anybody could bring themselves to care about any of this. The only one I really care about is LA Knight. That's it. And where is Jey Uso in all of this? Where was he tonight? Where's Roman? Is Roman not involved with the rest of his fucking family? Does Roman have nothing to say about what's going on here? Or am I to believe that Roman is just completely preoccupied with Seth Rollins? And his focus is completely on Seth Rollins. Meanwhile, Roman can't be bothered to show up until 10 minutes before the fucking show ends. Who gives a fuck? None of this is exciting. Yet, we gotta wait till WarGames to see all of this fucking garbage, boring, in WarGames. Because you know exactly that it's going to result in that. He's dealing with a divorce in real life. What does that mean? What does that mean for him showing up to work? What does that mean for him showing up to do his job? Does he not have bills to pay? Does he not have a storyline to pay forward? Does he not have a SummerSlam coming up in 3 weeks that he's a part of? What does that mean? Oh, he's got a divorce. Okay. Jey Uso's got a divorce. All right. Well, maybe you shouldn't be having Jada Parker run her hand up your thigh at a fucking nightclub. Not my problem. Oh, but he's getting a divorce, Jay. As if this is like some fucking everyday occurrence that you and me need to deal with. Why is he going through a divorce? And what fucking business is it of mine that he's going through a divorce? Show up to work. The Vision. They run into Paul Heyman backstage. Paul Heyman says, now that is what I call a vision for the future. He's happy and more than proud of the vision. Braun Breaker showed everybody why you don't mess with Braun Breaker. Logan Paul is healing up faster than Conor McGregor. Heyman likes how Austin Theory stands by his woman. He's very proud of him. Theory asked Heyman if they're all getting back together. That's a good question, Heyman said. Heyman was so blown away by Maxine Dupri tonight. What do you need me for? Paul Heyman don't even want to be bothered with the vision. And basically told everybody without actually saying it, this version of the vision is not worth saving. This version of the vision, no matter how good Paul Heyman is, cannot save them. That's what that means. That's what that basically is coming off to me. They're not worth saving. It's a failure. I don't know what we're doing with Braun Breaker. I really don't. You mean to tell me that Braun Breaker is basically, at this point, this is the way that I see it. I don't know how you guys see it. Braun Breaker is getting cucked out by Austin Theory and Maxine Dupri. Is that what we're doing? The badass, the unpredictable badass, the future WrestleMania main eventer that Paul Heyman wanted to go out there and praise every week was going to be the future of the company. That guy. That guy. The unpredictable badass. Braun Breaker, that guy. Cucked out, playing third wheel to Austin Theory and Maxine Dupri. This is the grand idea of this administration. Tag team specialist. Braun Breaker, right? The same Braun Breaker that you called up who you wanted to make a main event guy. You couldn't keep the Wolf Dogs together because Braun Breaker was too good for Baron Corbin and the Wolf Dogs, only to fucking make him a tag team champion behind Austin Theory. That same Braun Breaker, right? No, but the Wolf Dogs. No, they weren't good enough, though. They weren't good enough. Now Braun Breaker's all of a sudden a tag team fucking specialist with Austin Theory. You gotta be fucking kidding me. We went from the Wolf Dogs not being good enough to him being the future WrestleMania main event of WWE, back to a fucking tag team playing third wheel behind Austin Theory, not even the leader of his own fucking group. He's basically Finn Balor behind Dominik and Liv. It's basically what it is. This is Judgment Day all over again. Garbage. Garbage. Oba Femi. He's talking to Adam Pearce in the back. Why he's not in the back of a fucking police vehicle is beside. I don't know. I mean, the guy attacked Dallas PD. Why isn't he in handcuffs? He's willingly just walking around backstage as if nothing happened. You can tell that they got those outfits, too, from fucking Spirit of Halloween. Or ordered off Amazon. Are those legitimately Dallas PD? No. Can't be. Not the guys playing Dallas PD. They were fucking enhancement talent. But that's not legitimate Dallas PD gear, is it? No. Can't be. If he was worried about the restraining order, he has nothing to worry about because Paul Heyman was bluffing and he had phony police officers out there. It was all mind games. Oba says that they're afraid. If Heyman is scared of what he did, they were fake. Is that what we are to believe? That they're fake police officers? Is that why he wasn't arrested? Because they were fake police officers? He had phony police officers out there, and it was all mind games. That's what Oba thinks. But was that the case? Oba Whoever says that they're afraid, if Heyman is scared of what he did to his client at WrestleMania, just wait for what happens inside Hell in a Cell. I guess that's why he wasn't arrested. Because they were fake officers. Fuck me, I guess. Quick check of the chat. We met the goal. You guys are great, man. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. We got a wheel coming up, and we're gonna give away some exclusive OTS merch. You guys are fucking great, man. You guys are killing July so far. Appreciate it. Bayley and Lyra. We got a face-to-face here after Lyra attacked Bayley at the end of their tag team title match a couple weeks ago. Lyra, can you please come out here right now, says Bayley. Are you going to say anything? You can't even look at me. Look, I brought you out here because the relationship that I had, I thought that we could be honest with each other and say face-to-face what we truly mean and apologize. So Lyra's out there. She says, apologize. Lyra looks like she hasn't showered in 2 weeks. Lyra clearly forgot how to dress herself. She legitimately looked like Bird Woman from Home Alone 2. This is what they thought Lyra would look like as a heel. She's got no makeup on. She looked like she rolled out of bed. It looks like she's been sleeping next to fucking the dumpster behind the fucking arena for 2 weeks. That's what she looks like. Apologize. You should be the one apologizing to me for holding me back for an entire year. No, this is what you do. You always do this. You come out here and you make it look like you're the victim. Oh, poor Bayley, poor Bayley. Bayley's friends always leave her in the dust. I've been stabbed in the back too. I just don't come out here and make it my entire personality. And you know what? Maybe if you weren't so obsessed with all of your past friendships, failures, you would be able to take a step back and see all of your problems. My problems, says Bayley. No. You're going to let me talk right now, says Lyra. And when I say this, look at me, because I want you to look me in the eye and say this. Everything that I made you feel good about, I was lying. You're not a locker room leader. You're a doormat. Your face does not belong on the posters. You drag every single person down that you work with, and you have been and always been the worst of the four horsewomen. Bayley says, look, I should have known that bringing you out here was a big mistake because clearly you're just like everybody else. You're not as special as you think you are because you're saying this to the first ever women's Grand Slam champion, to a Royal Rumble winner, and one half of the first ever women's tag team champions. So guess what? Lucky for you, I'm going to add to my accomplishments and add beating your ass inside Madison Square Garden to it. Because I talked to Adam Pearce, and it looks like I'll see you Saturday at Saturday night's main event. So Bayley, she blocked a cheap shot from Lyra, who went to attack. Bayley takes it to Lyra with a big forearm. Bayley, she goes into a ground and pound on Lyra. Lyra push kicks Bayley across the ring and then clotheslines Bayley down. Lyra then gets up, stomps Bayley's face, and then drops Bayley with the Bayley to belly. And that's the way the segment came to a close. So we got Bayley versus Lyra. I mean, is it good enough for Madison Square Garden and Saturday night's main event? No. It's more a next week on Raw match. But they're doing it on Saturday night. Tag team titles for the women, Fatal Influence, Lainey Reed and Fallon Henley against Brie Bella and Paige. Women's tag team titles. So we got two women's matches. We got Danhausen. That's not a Saturday night's main event match either. That's basically, I would not book that match, period, because it just fucking sucks match. And then Danhausen and JD McDonough now is a no disqualifications match where we will probably see Enzo Amore make his return to the WWE. And he is the real friend. He's the real friend of Danhausen. And then Jalen Brunson accepting Roman Reigns' invitation to Madison Square Garden to be at Saturday night's main event. To do what? I don't know. And then obviously Cody and Punk teaming up. Can they coexist against Gunther and Sami Zayn? So out of the 2 hours, at least 30 minutes of it will be worth watching, while the rest of it is complete and utter garbage. Yet there will be people who go to their show and waste valuable human monies on it. Oh, but JD, Danhausen is popular in New York, JD. Oh, yeah? That doesn't mean he's got to be on the fucking marquee for Madison Square Garden. Ridiculous. What else will they add? I don't know. We got one more show. Friday night. I could see them adding Mello versus Trick or Mello versus Corbin. I don't know. They got to add something else. They got to add another big match. Whatever that may be. I don't know. Maybe they leave it at that. Saturday night's main event has been an utter failure since coming back to the WWE. Let's just call a spade a spade. It sucks. It's not worth anybody's time. WWE clearly doesn't give a fuck about it. So, why should I? Yet I'll be live on Saturday talking about it in front of all you fine people. We got a vignette that was absolutely no doubt about it. Coming soon, August 3rd, the return of Big Cass. Yes. Yes. He's 7 feet tall, and you can't teach that. Bada bing, bada boom. How you doing? Enzo on Saturday night's main event. Big Cass on August 3rd. Why they wouldn't debut them together, I don't know. Why give us a coming attraction and just not, I don't know, send them out there on a whim, on a surprise, pop in the crowd? Maybe they want to get WWE wants to get fans excited. Maybe this generation doesn't know who Enzo and Cass are. I don't know. The fan base has changed. It's been a long time. Gauntlet match. This was the main event for Monday Night Raw. The main event legitimately was this match. The closing segment was a contract signing between Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. Dominik Mysterio starts things off here. He goes one-on-one with Joe Hendry. This didn't really last all that long. You know, I would love for these gauntlet matches to maybe take on a different aspect. I think Tony Khan does the gauntlet match really well. He just does it in excess. We've seen way too many of them, and none of them mean anything anymore. They're not really a match that offers a lot of surprise anymore. The women's gauntlet match on Wednesday was fucking awful. It went like 9 minutes. There were like 8 women out there. Like, you might as well just have given Willow Nightingale the fucking gauntlet match or the title match at the pay-per-view. All they did was make this match to give Willow a win so she could wrestle Tekla at the next pay-per-view. These gauntlet matches are largely boring. But when you get a combination of guys in there, it could really mean something special. Now, I don't know why they didn't send Gable out there. I really don't. Why Gable didn't start this match, I don't know. Gable should have went the whole way. Remember when Kofi won his gauntlet match and he went like 50 minutes? There were a couple of instances where Rollins had a gauntlet match, he went like 50 minutes. Kofi had a gauntlet match, he went 50 minutes. Kofi's gauntlet match was to earn the right to be in the Elimination Chamber that year, and that was for the final spot in the Chamber, which was to find out who was going to go on and wrestle Bryan Danielson at WrestleMania. Why has WWE gotten so lazy with the gauntlet matches? Like, Gable should have been number one. He should have went the distance. Really building up that babyface, come from behind moment, you know? I miss those days. I just miss those days. Iron Man Rollins and Iron Man Kofi. Dominik and Joe Hendry. Dominik pinned Joe Hendry here. 619. JD McDonough distracted Hendry. This allowed Dominik to hit the 619 and a frog splash. Man, Joe Hendry is a fucking jobber, huh? They wanted this guy so badly that they've made him into a glorified jobber on Monday night. Say his name and he appears. My rendition of Joe Hendry's theme song. Say his name and he. How do we transform this into a loser theme? Say his name and he's a loser. I believe in Joe Hendry. Say his name and he's a loser. I believe in Joe Hendry. Guy's a loser. Dominik Mysterio wins. Joe Hendry gets an early Joe Henry, says Michael Cole. Joe Henry. Javon Evans comes on out. Javon Evans is fucking great, honestly. I would add Javon Evans and Chad Gable be in the end. They've cooled off Ethan Page. He doesn't even feel the same anymore. He came in hot. He was going after the IC title. Now he's just there. They got to heat him back up. So Javon Evans and Dominik Mysterio started in the commercial break. We come back. Mysterio is in control because, you know, after every elimination, they got to go to a commercial. Evans dumped Mysterio outside. Big dive over the top rope. We go back in the ring. Evans hits a flying enziguri for a near fall. JT McDonough again tried to interfere, but the ref caught him. Evans knocked McDonough to the floor. Dominik caught Evans with a 619. Dominik goes to the top, but Danhausen came out with his tank, or his Danhausen mobile. He drives it into the aisleway. You are cursed! Fireworks go off, but not on the turnbuckle that Dominik Mysterio was standing on. It goes off on the opposite turnbuckle. So Dominik is looking at this like, your curses aren't real, bruh. So JD McDonough goes and chases Danhausen. All the while, Evans hits an OG cutter on Dominik Mysterio when he wasn't looking. You are a loser. Dominik Mysterio loses. Evans pinned Mysterio. You know, if they're going to job out Dominik Mysterio, maybe he shouldn't be the AAA Mega Champion. Just a thought. Evans wins. Then we get the best match of the entire gauntlet, which was Dragon Lee and Javon Evans. Bro, I don't know why they didn't give these guys more time than they gave them. I don't get it. So Lee hits a dive to the floor. We go into another commercial because every fucking pinfall results in another commercial. We come back. Dragon Lee hits Evans with a big chop, sent him outside over to the floor. Dragon Lee charged at Evans, who hip tossed him over the barricade into the timekeeper's area. It looked brutal. Evans then ran around the ring, dove over the barricade onto Dragon Lee, going over another barricade in the same area. So they're in the crowd. Never mind the timekeeper's area. They are in the crowd. So they went over that barricade and then the crowd barricade. We go back in the ring finally. Evans dove into a super kick from Dragon Lee. Lee then hit a Hurricane Rana, sending Evans out to the floor. Tornado DDT back in the ring for another near fall. Dragon Lee snapped off a reverse German suplex, or release German. Evans caught Lee with a flash pin for the 1-2-3. These two did not nearly get enough time. Crowd was so into this. And they only gave them like 6 minutes. So Javon Evans, he beats Dragon Lee. Now he's got the mighty Rusev. So Rusev jumped Evans from behind after his terrible theme music played over the PA system. They all looked in the aisleway. So we go into another commercial because we have to go to a commercial after every fucking pinfall. Rusev dominated Evans. Evans caught Rusev with a big kick. Sent Rusev out to the floor, caught him with a big dive. Go back in the ring. Evans hit a flying enziguri. Goes for a quick cover near fall. Evans dove into a Uranage from Rusev. Then Rusev gets the accolade. Evans made it to the ropes. Rusev pulls Evans off the ropes. Locks in the accolade a second time. Evans fought up to his feet and dropped back to break the hold. I legitimately thought they were going to give Javon Evans the win here. Rusev charged at Evans, who ducked. Evans went for an OG cutter. Rusev caught him with a forearm. Puts him back in the accolade. Again, Javon Evans is fighting out of the accolade. But no. This time he succumbed and he passed out. Javon Evans really showed something here, man. With the match with Dragon Lee and then the match with Rusev, fans legitimately wanted to see him win. I don't know why WWE didn't give him the win here. Like, I don't really understand the logic. Oh, we need Rusev, who's a heel, to go against Gable, the babyface, in the next round. Who gives a shit? You just had Dragon Lee and Javon Evans out there fucking wowing the crowd. Who gives a fuck? Give the fans what they want. Give them Javon Evans. What difference does it make if it's Evans or Rusev? It's all the same shit. Give the fans what they're cheering for, Rusev. Kill the fucking crowd. Rusev wins. Then we get Rusev and Gable. Another commercial. Gable came out. Suplexes. Overhead throw. He came off the top rope. Rusev caught him with a Uranage. Another commercial. Rusev set up for a superplex. Gable fought out of it. Headbutting Rusev. He flew off the top rope with a flying clothesline at Rusev. Then they exchanged the boo and yeah spots. Gable tried for an angle slam. Rusev escaped. Locked in the accolade. Gable fought out of it. German suplex Rusev into the turnbuckles. Gable then caught Rusev with a victory roll for the 1-2-3. Again, I'm going to reiterate, I don't know what the big deal was if Javon Evans won this. I really don't understand it. So Rusev attacked Gable after the fall and locked him in the accolade while Page made his way to the ring. Page gets in there. He starts talking trash on Chad Gable, hits a clothesline. Gable gets up. He's on the offensive. He goes up top, went for a moonsault. Page tried to get his foot up, so Gable turned that into an ankle lock. Page then hits what he calls a confidence breaker, which is basically his version of a code breaker. 2 count. Gable escaped the egoplex. Hits an angle slam. He gets a 2. Gable went back up top. Page catches him up there. Page tried for an avalanche power slam. Gable slid out. Got the ankle lock. Page tried to escape. Gable rolled through. Kept the hold locked on. Page was forced to tap out. So a couple of things here. One, they didn't take a commercial break in the Ethan Page and Gable match. I mean, they had to take a commercial after every legitimate fucking pinfall before this. Gable won. I would have had Gable start the gauntlet. I would have had Gable and Evans do their thing after Dragon Lee and Evans did theirs. Don't know why Rusev needed to beat Javon Evans. I don't get it. I really don't. Gable ended up winning. I mean, we've said this for weeks now. Weeks. This is a slam fucking dunk for Triple H. Chad Gable was to win this match go to SummerSlam, get the match with Penta because it is a full circle moment. If you guys remember when Penta debuted in WWE, who was his first opponent? It was Chad Gable. Chad Gable, who, by the way, lost that match and then went on this crusade to ruin Lucha Libre. Now he has reinvented himself. He's a better man now after losing the mask and realizing how important Lucha Libre is to everyone here. And now he's wrestling Penta. Full circle moment. He wins the IC title in Minneapolis. There is no other way around it. Knowing this administration, Penta will win and Ethan Page will be the one to beat Penta. Gable wins. It's a sleeper match of the weekend. 100%. Go out there, give... Bro, I swear to fucking Christ, if they get 8 minutes, I swear to fucking Christ, if they get 8 minutes for the IC title and we get a similar WrestleMania fucking situation where every match gets 7-8 minutes and we get 7 minutes of fucking commercials, bro, these guys should get no less than 20 minutes. 20! Gable wins. He survives. Penta comes out after the match. They look at each other. Respect. Gable! Gable! QB1. Cody Rhodes. He meets QB1. Tom Brady. That's how they are coining this. Tom Brady will be a guest on Cody Rhodes' What Do You Want to Talk About? Gee, man, I won't be listening to that one. That sounds like a boring fucking podcast. I got to listen to the one today with CM Punk on Stephanie McMahon's podcast. Roman Reigns. He shows up 20 minutes before the show goes off the air. Where the fuck was he? He shows up and Lord, this guy, Lord, shows up and hands him his World Heavyweight Championship. Contract signing. Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. After Roman needed to aura farm his entrance for about 7 minutes, he finally gets in the ring. Dallas, acknowledge me. Seth Rollins makes his way down to the ring. Seth is in there. We got a table. Adam Pearce is there moderating this whole thing. Contract on the table. Reigns is sitting at the head of the table. Rollins sits right next to Roman Reigns. I know it's got to be hard for you when the sweet melodies of my song drown out the OTC chants. And look, I know this has to be difficult for you too. It's tough. I understand what you're going through. But look, there are just some things in life that are certain. Death, taxes, and Seth Rollins beating Roman Reigns every single time. So sign on the dotted line. Let's get this over with. So Reigns speaks and says, well, Dallas, I wish he would have come out here and did that last week because he came out here and bored us all half to death last week. I'm glad that the people in the company realized that as well and just not us fans. But while you were putting everyone to sleep last week, I was listening, and you proved me right. Seth Rollins is the Tribal Chief's #1 hater. And that's the sad thing. You're laughing about it, but that's the only thing you're #1 at. And that's what I hate the most. It's that you somehow have these people confused, thinking that we are on the same level. But that couldn't be further from the truth. So at SummerSlam, I show the difference between me and you. At SummerSlam, I end any of this that you could ever think that you could compete with me. At SummerSlam, I show you what #1 looks like. He signs the contract. Seth Rollins then says, Mr. Pearce, if I could do the honors, he takes the contract folder, hands it to Adam Pearce. Dallas, there you have it. Contract, ink going to dry, And look, I owe you a debt of gratitude. I thank you so much for keeping my title warm for me since WrestleMania. I will be taking this from you at SummerSlam. And my brother, I'll see you next time you want to show up to work. So Seth leaves the ring. He starts walking to the back. Roman Reigns says, whoa, 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 whoa. Where you going? Is that it? You're just going to sign and run? All right. How about we play your game? What if you do win? What if you do beat me at SummerSlam? What's going to happen then? You're going to carry it for a couple months and then get hurt again? I mean, don't act shocked. That's what happens every single time. Some would say that's self-sabotage because some people just can't handle the weight. They can't handle the pressure, the burden of being the top guy around here. So Seth gets into the ring. He's all mad. If you got something to say, just say it. Spit it out. Don't hold back. Come on. If you got something to say, say it. I'm right here. I'm not going anywhere. Roman says, I'll say it because everyone is thinking it. You want to know how I know you're number 2? Because after all these years, you still need a Money in the Bank briefcase to become champion. And if you thought that was bad enough, you had to fake an injury in order to use the damn thing. Let's just be honest here. If there was ever a time for this guy to be number 1, I mean, come on. Your work daddy, Triple H, is damn near running this joint. Damn near running this joint. Who else is running the joint, Roman? Do you care to divulge? Damn near running the joint. But they tried. Oh, boy, did they try. I mean, they pretty much gave you all my stuff. And you still couldn't walk in my shoes, number 2. Who do you work for? Number 2. So let's just call it what it is. Let's call a spade a spade. You're number 2. Always going to be number 2. I'm number 1, always going to be number 1. So just acknowledge it, bitch. Is that all you got? Is that all you could come up with? Come on, Roman. Tell me how I'm never going to beat you. Tell me how I'm never going to draw as much money as you. Tell me how I'm never going to be as big of a star as you. Tell me I'm never going to main event as many WrestleManias as you. Tell me why my dreams don't mean a damn thing, because none of this is for me. It's all for you. Tell me that. Anything you can tell me, I told myself every single day for the past 15 years. But you know what? You and me, we're not running the same race. We're not fighting the same fight. And at some point, I had to look in the mirror. I had to be proud of who I am. I had to be proud of what I stand for. I had to be proud for what I fight for. Because I am a visionary. I am a revolutionary. I am Seth freaking Rollins. I rolled my eyes. I rolled my eyes when he went to that line. And I'm so glad I am not you. No, you just showed how much of a fucking hack you are with that cheesy catchphrase. That wasn't the time to use it. It was not supposed to be used there. It should have been said at all. Rollins then punched Roman Reigns. He tees off on Reigns. Rollins stomped on Roman Reigns, so he's beating up on Roman here. Going the way of a typical contract signing. Rollins transitions into a ground and pound. Rollins starts asking, where's the bloodline? Where's your bloodline? Rollins calls Reigns a piece of shit. He then goes for a curb stomp. Reigns counters with a Superman punch. Rollins then clocks Reigns with a microphone after Reigns wanted to give him a shield powerbomb through the contract table. So Rollins clocked him with the microphone. He dropped Reigns with a pedigree. He set up Reigns for the stomp, and he plants it with the curb stomp. Rollins slipped over the table, and that's the way the show goes off the air. This was the longest Raw that they've had on Netflix since they started. 2 hours and 44 minutes. Longest Raw. This was the one Raw that went closer to 3 hours than any other show. I am a revolutionary. I am a visionary. So lame. It's so fucking lame, bro. Really? Why did you need to say that there? I will give Rollins this. He was a lot better this week than he was last week. Was just a huge fucking misfire. A completely bad night and off night for Rollins. But I'll tell you what, man, you know, they haven't really done anything, haven't said anything to each other that is going to get me more excited. All I got from this is that Roman cooked Seth Rollins on the microphone tonight. That's all I got. Rollins had legitimately no comeback. Reigns let him have it. In my eyes, Reigns filleted Seth Rollins tonight. And Rollins didn't do anything but get a pedigree and a stomp. He had nothing verbally to say to Roman. I'm not any more excited than I was last week. Should be a fun match. Crowd should be into it. I doubt anything more comes out of it past SummerSlam. I mean, what else is there? What else is there? They'll probably do it again at WrestlePalooza, maybe. But Rollins isn't winning the title. You can sit there and say this is a great match and it's going to be it's history and all that. It's fine. It's fine. This was supposed to be the WrestleMania match. But Seth Rollins is not winning the World Heavyweight Championship. This is going to result in a loss, whether it's once, twice, or 3 times to Roman Reigns. Hopefully it doesn't get that far. Once is enough. I am a visionary. Thank you guys very much for all your support. If you guys did enjoy tonight's live stream, hit that thumbs up down below. Leave a comment down below. Hit that subscribe button down below. Appreciate you guys very much. It's time to get to the Wheel of Fun here. Time to get to the Wheel of Fun here on Off the Script. We got something flying around here. Hold on. Motherfucker. I hate the summer, man. I hate the bugs in the summer. Who's with me? Follow me on social media at JD from NY206. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Hit that subscribe button down below. Again, turn on the bell. Go check out all the content on the channel. There's plenty of it. Grab your cold beverages, man. It's time for the Wheel of Fun. Let me get to the wheel here. We got the wheel. I gotta put the names on the wheel. We're gonna do that live right here. This was last week's wheel. This was Friday's wheel. Shout out to Tone VC who won. Tone VC won this huge conglomeration of names on the wheel last week. So let's get to the wheel. Where am I going? Wheel of Fun, where are you? There you are. There you are. Let's add some names. Let's see what we got here. Grab your beverages. The fly is dead. If you guys want to know, the fly is dead. It is dead. Let's see. Where am I here? Share. Yeah. Yeah. There you go. Copy link. Let's go here. Let's see. How do I refresh this? Do I refresh this? Let's see. Let's remove this. I gotta add a browser source. Wheel of Fun, where are you? There you are. There's the wheel. There is the wheel. Wheel of Fun. All right. All right. Let's add some names here. We'll read the super chats as we go. We'll try to keep this as economical as possible. Michael Krause with a $2 super chat. JD, congrats on 177,000 subs. How you know? Yeah. Thank you, Michael. Caden with a 199. Happy Monday Night Rocks. OTS for life. Michelle with a $2 super chat. Please keep the Bloodline shit to one show, Triple H. I don't know who's interested in the Bloodline. I really don't. Who could possibly give a shit about the Bloodline? Captain Solo with a $5 super chat. Captain Solo may be looking for revenge if he wants to get on the wheel here. Or maybe he just feels defeated. Lyra channeling her inner Billy Kidman from Raven's Flock. God, this show sucks. You know, I said on Twitter, the way they have Lyra looking, maybe it's setting up for a reconnection with Tatum Paxley when Tatum Paxley gets called up to the main roster. I don't know. She did look a little dark. Maybe she goes dark on Saturday. I don't know. Captain Solo, thank you, brother. JM with a $5 super chat. Javon is a generational talent. Hope he makes it onto SummerSlam. Probably not. There will be many a SummerSlam for that young man. This year is probably not it. Michelle with the $2 super chat. Seth is better when he is serious and violent. Yes, I agree. Timothy James with a 17 months. I checked in on the home run derby during the commercials tonight and saw way more of it than I expected. Jordan Walker Wynn plays spoiler in Philly. I didn't watch any of it, nor do I care. As long as Philadelphia didn't win anything, I'm good. My guy Triple M with 35 months thought Ultimate Seraph Shield was easy until Spacewalk. That part is rough. Hardest content in D2, but I will complete it. What are we playing Ultimate Seraph Shield for, bro? And by the way, I was farming a refurbished sniper rifle last night, bro. How do we get tier 5s, man? How do we get constant flow at tier 5s? Because I had like 99,999 credits to use at the shop there at the Piker shop, and I'm down to 50. And I got maybe one tier 5 every 10 purchases. And I got no god roll. How do we get a refurbished sniper rifle? Is there an activity I could use or do, or what do I got to do? Guardian rank 11, JD. What does that mean? Oh, you're going for Guardian rank. Oh. I got one, bro. I got a tier 4 with snap. What do I got? I got snapshot and aggregate with a shiny yesterday. I got snapshot. I think I may have one with bewildering. What do I got? A bewildering burst and aggregate. It's a shiny though. It's a shiny. All right, there you go. We'll make it a tier 5. We'll make it a tier 5. I'm not wasting any more. I hate playing that fucking game mode too, bro. Holy shit. Tone VC with a 5. Thank you, brother. We'll mail your stuff out tomorrow. Frank with a 10. Frank is on the board. Let's put Frank on the board. We got Frankie over here. What happened here? Frank is on the wheel. We got what happened here, man? We got to customize the wheel. What happened? Hopefully The wheel looks a little naked right now. I don't know what happened. Hopefully we could color the wheel up. Frank, thank you, brother. Joey Taylor with a $6 super chat. JD, as your Braves are not winning games, my Red Sox have won 9 straight. Yeah, all right, Joey, go fuck yourself, all right? The Braves are garbage. We all know this. The Braves are garbage. I hope the Marlins win the division and the Braves miss the playoffs. It's their general manager needs to go. He's a fucking complete waste of space. The wheel. I don't know what's wrong with the wheel. Why does the wheel look... I don't know what happened to the wheel. I don't know what happened to the wheel. Classic wheel. Maybe when we add more names. I don't know. We'll see. Joey Taylor, thank you for the $6 super chat. Baby Shaq with the 50 months. How you doing? August 3rd, Raw after SummerSlam. Yes. Beantown. Beantown's got 10 spots on the wheel. There you go. Yeah, we get more names, and the wheel becomes a colorful wheel. So Beantown's on here 10 times, bro. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Beantown is on there 10 times, bro. There you go. There's your wheel, guys. You see the wheel? Do you see the wheel? The wheel is, well, actually, you can't see the wheel. Why can't you see the wheel? The wheel. Why is the wheel not showing for you guys? VIP wheel. Hold on. There you go. Hey! There you go, man. Now you got the wheel. There you go. All right, Beantown's on there. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Beantown's on there 10 times. Beantown, thank you for the $100 super chat, brother. Tay with 22 months. Triple H got a rare W tonight and booked Chad Gable at SummerSlam vs. Penta. Now it's time to belt him in Minneapolis. Yes. Robert Hurt with 64 months. JD, in your honest opinion, do you give Seth Rollins the WWE Championship back since he never lost the title at SummerSlam? No. No. Not happening. Not happening. Basic with a $4.99. Lyra was looking super greasy. Yeah. That's certainly a way to put it. 3 pages of horror is on the wheel. He's on the wheel. 3 pages of horror. He's on the wheel. Thank you, brother. No message. Grant with a $2 super chat. Hopefully Braun Spears theory after the Raw after SummerSlam. When they lose the titles? Sure, hopefully. Jeff. Actually, I got to go back. I have to add. Jeff has a $20 super chat. So we got Jeff here. 3 pages of horror is on here twice. Because you all made the goal. You see? Beantown gets another one because he's on there. He gets another spot on the wheel. Frank is getting another spot. Can't forget. All right. So that's that. All right. So Jeff with a $20 super chat. Good job, Jeff. Jeff is on there with a 20. He's on there twice, 3 times. Thank you, Jeff. Hey, JD, love the show every week. Can't go without watching my favorite and greatest content creator in the game. Hoping that SummerSlam will at least be a great show despite low ticket sales. WWE Creative needs your guidance. Well, thank you, Jeff. I wouldn't take that job if they paid me. I'm very happy with what I do here, man. I'd rather call it out. Who wants to be in the hot seat there? Certainly not me. Luca with a $10 super chat. Bad joke for y'all. If Rhea opened a bar or coffee shop, she would greet people by saying, "This is my brutality." No, Luca. We still love you, though, Luca. Luca has got 2 spots on the wheel. MGM Ballin with 3 spots on the wheel here. Opted to mostly pay attention to the home run derby. I wonder if they'll have the Bloodline threaten to jump Brunson to make sure the crowd knows that they are heels, because it doesn't seem like they got it in their thick skulls. I don't know, brother. I have no idea, man. WWE is looking for any sort of relevancy whatsoever with this Jalen Brunson shit. And Roman Reigns invited him there. What the fuck does he have to do with Roman Reigns, and what is he going to be doing with the Bloodline? The Mother Lover with a $20 super chat, not going to lie. Kind of felt for Otis. Bro was being vulnerable, and Maxine shattered that man's heart and had fun doing it. Don't worry, I'm a smark. I know this shit is fake. You know what? I agree, man. No matter what you think of the Vision, it was an effective segment. And Otis is one of the most sympathetic characters that they have. And it's very, very difficult to cheer against Otis. You can't. You can't do it. Zach Attacks the World with $5 super chat. Hey, JD, I have a question for you. What recently released WWE superstar would you like to see back within WWE and be given a second chance? Karrion Kross and Sheamus. The Mother Lover with a $9.99 after he just donated $20, so he's on the wheel again. Oh my God, everything's great! Everything's great! Michael Krause says, I need to win this wheel prize. How you know? Because I'm all gas, no brakes with it. Yeah. Triple H, new era, LOL. Michael Krause. Michael Krause is on the wheel twice, chat. We got Soapwater Backwash with a $10 super chat. This is a legitimate question I have for some reason. If Danhausen curses Liv and she loses at SummerSlam, did Liv Morgan lose because of the curse and not because Io was simply better, or vice versa? Bro, I think the Judgment Day, I think the curse is Judgment Day wide, bro. I think the Judgment Day curse is Judgment Day altogether. Soapwater Backwash is on there twice. Thank you, brother. Everyone's getting an extra vote or an extra spot on the wheel because you made the goal. Tony Brown. Oh, my goodness. Tony Brown comes in. JD, say you get an hour of bedroom time with Roxanne, Tekla, Soul, or Jada. Pick 2. My face would be sticky with all. Oh, my fucking God. I gotta pick 2. Tony, I gotta pick 2. Roxanne and Jada. Thank you, Tony. Tony Brown's on the wheel twice. Tony Brown's on the wheel twice. R.D. Gergs with a $10 super chat. I think the direction the division is going is very much needed. Also, what are your top 3 games of all time? RDM Gergs with a $10 super chat. Let's see. RDM Gergs. You're on the wheel twice. My 3 favorite games of all time: Final Fantasy VII, Chrono Trigger, and Destiny 2. In no particular order. Hurricane, 71 months. JD, you fucking beast. Thank you for always speaking the truth no matter what the geeks say. See you soon on Patreon. OTS for life. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Let me refresh the wheel. I don't think that's refreshed. We may need a new browser source. I'm adding everybody's name, and then the wheel is not updated. Let's see. Hold on. Do I have to really give this browser source a new link? Why can't I just refresh the fucking source? There you go. There's the source. There you go. I'm updating the fucking wheel. Mark Carpenter with the 10. Thank you, Hurricane. Top of WWE card needs MJF. Nobody in WWE wants to be a heel. What would he say on the mic with Cody and Punk now? Hopefully, whatever the fuck he wants. Seriously. Mark Carpenter is on the wheel twice. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate you being here, brother. The future of WWE isn't even in the WWE. His name is MJF. Lenin with a 20 in Mexican pesos. Gable. Yes. Gable. He's getting it over. My guy Triple M with a 2. Jimmy Uso versus LA Knight equals Big Jim versus Slim Jim. I'd rather eat a Slim Jim than watch Jimmy and Jay wrestle. Best in the world, Matt, with a $10 super chat. For all my OG ECW fans out there, Chad Gable is doing the Scotty Anton clap. If you know, you know. If you don't, go look it up. You won't be disappointed. Best in the world, Matt. Got 2 spots on the wheel. Thank you, best in the world, Matt. Salvatore with a $5 super chat. Ethan Page remix theme is fucking terrible. Plus, what about Avenged Sevenfold? That means war for survivors. No. We don't. Bro, Avenged Sevenfold, especially new Avenged Sevenfold, is trash. We want nothing to do with them. We want nothing to do with Avenged Sevenfold. Lenin with a 20 in Mexican pesos. But Jay Uso is getting divorced, JD, from New Jersey 20607. Mr. Premium with an 8 months. So is Solo a face now? Are the Bloodline tweeners? The way WWE books their shows while also deciding they're good guys and bad guys doesn't make sense. I don't know. Do I feel this sudden urge to cheer Solo Sikoa? No, I don't. Lenin, 20 Mexican pesos. One of the Dallas PD geeks is the next United States champion. Who was there that is a future U.S. champion? Basic with a $4.99. Say his name and he gets pinned. I just pinned Joe Hendry. Yeah. Say his name and he gets pinned. I just pinned Joe Hendry. Thank you, Basic. MGM Bowling with a $9.99. It sucks because I watched Hendry 10 years ago get over in WCPW, What Culture Pro Wrestling. And I was stoked when he started getting big over the past couple of years. Typical WWE slop ruining him. Yes, this was a wheel spot excuse. Well, brother, you're on there already. And now you're on there again. You're on there 4 times, brother. Hopefully you win. Mark Carpenter is on there again. Look at this fucking guy. Mark Carpenter. Thank you, brother. Say his name and he gets pinned. I defeated Joe Hendry. My guy Hurricane. Say his name, but we don't care. No one believes in Job Hendry. Say his name and we don't care. No one believes in Job Hendry. Hurricane is on there twice. Thank you, brother. Chicago. 4 MBK with a $2 super chat. Braun's trajectory is being woefully mismanaged. I agree. NM with a 2. Better tag team specialist, Jannetty or Breaker? I'm going Marty Jannetty, bro. I'm going Marty Jannetty. Lennon. Roman Cookset in this promo. I agree. DJ with a 199. That fly had a longer reign than Sami Zayn's title run. It did. Lennon with a 20 in Mexican pesos. JD killed that fly faster than Triple H killed Sami. Ooh. You guys are fucking vicious, man. What did Sami do to deserve this hate? Chili Cheese J with a 2. I don't believe in Job Hendry. Nobody does, apparently. Don Stoney with a 5. Shout out to Don Tony Wrestling Soup, Spitball Media, and as fucking always, R.I.P. Kevin Castle. Stoney, I love you, brother. Thank you, man. Captain Solo, get me up on that wheel. How you know? And what is the status of Rhea's championship? She's got a torn meniscus. That's all I know. Captain Solo gets 2 spots. And we got one more here. Larry something with a $9.99. JD, take a fucking shot for us. LOL. Well, I don't have anything in front of me. Otherwise, I would. I could use a good night's sleep, you know? Larry is on the wheel twice because he's something. All right. Now let's get this. Let's get this updated for you guys. We got everybody on the wheel. There you go. Everyone's on the wheel. All right. We're going to shuffle this quite a few times. We're going to shuffle it. We're going to shuffle it. Okay. I think that's enough. All right, here we go. Actually, is that what I'm looking at? Oh, Beantown. No. All right, let's do this. We got it now. Everybody shuffled, okay? Let's see what happens here. Everyone shuffled. Everyone is shuffled, chat. Are we ready? Who is going to win wheel number 2? Who is it going to be? Who's it going to be? Who is it going to be? Who is it going to be? Is it going to be Beantown? Oh, Beantown! Look! Beantown! 9 times. 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 25 comes in big. B-Town wins the wheel. Oh my goodness. This fucking guy, man. Beantown pulls it out. Captain Solo gets robbed again of the wheel. Captain Solo got robbed. Captain Solo got robbed of the wheel. Who was there? Oh. Beantown wins. Beantown, you got to reach out to me, brother. You're on Patreon. Let me know what your info is. I'll get your stuff out this week. Thank you guys for all the support tonight. You guys killed it. We'll have another wheel on... I think we'll do it on Friday. Maybe we'll do it on Wednesday. I don't know, depending on if you guys are feeling froggy. Nobody watches AEW. I don't know. Maybe we'll do it on Friday. Thank you guys for all the support. If you did enjoy tonight's post show, let me know down below with a comment. Follow me on social media at JD206. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications. Make sure you guys go check out all the content tomorrow with the coach. And then Tuesday night, Titans with the Solid Monster. Right here on more Off the Script. I'll see you guys tomorrow, man. Big Tuesday. I'll see you later.
Shut up, bitches!